There is a kind of person who walks into a room and knows something is wrong before anyone has said a word. They sense the shift in someone's tone before it happens. They prepare for the worst even when things look fine, because some quiet part of them learned that things can turn without warning. Most of their life, they've called this anxiety, being too much, too alert, too sensitive. But what if the thing you've been ashamed of is actually one of the rarest forms of intelligent psychology has ever studied? Here's the short version, because you deserve the answer fast, not 5 minutes from now. When someone survives prolonged stress or instability, especially early in life, their brain doesn't just react to it, it rebuilds around it. Psychologists call it learned hypervigilance. Your nervous system upgraded itself to catch danger faster than most people's ever had to. It's not damage, it's an adaptation. And not everyone who goes through hard things develops it the same way. Some people come out numbed, others come out sharpened. If you're watching this, you're probably one of the sharpened ones. Here's how that shows up. Sign 1. You know something is wrong before anyone tells you. A shift in tone, a pause half a second too long, a text that reads differently than usual. You catch it instantly, often before the other person even realizes something's off themselves. This isn't paranoia. It's pattern recognition your brain built when missing those patterns actually cost you something. Sign 2. You read faces and voices like a second language, micro-expressions, tension in someone's shoulders, the gap between what someone says and how they say it. None of it slips past you. Society will call this overthinking. It's not. It's a skill you didn't choose to build, forged under conditions most people never had to survive. Sign 3. You over-prepare for things that probably won't go wrong. Backup plans for your backup plans. Not because you're pessimistic, because a part of you learned once that being unprepared cost you something you couldn't afford to lose again. Sign 4. You struggle to fully relax, even somewhere completely safe. Your body sits in a room with no threat in sight and still keeps one eye on the exits. And here's the part almost nobody explains. This often isn't just psychological. Trauma can quietly disrupt your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep through melatonin. A nervous system that spent years on alert doesn't power down easily at night, especially in certain seasons when daylight shifts and your body's rhythms are already fragile. It's not random insomnia. It's a body that learned, at some point, that fully powering down wasn't safe. Sign 5. You feel other people's pain almost like it's happening to you. Watching someone struggle activates something deep and immediate, because you know, on a cellular level, exactly what that kind of pain costs. Sign 6. Certain sounds, smells, or dates shift your mood without warning. A time of year, a song, a smell from nowhere, and suddenly your whole state has changed before you've consciously understood why. This is emotional memory. Your brain didn't file that experience as a neat timeline. It filed it as sensory fragments that resurface exactly when you least expect them. Sign 7. You've learned to function, and even thrive, while carrying weight most people never see. You show up, you perform, you care for others, and almost nobody around you knows what it costs you to make it look easy. Here's the reframe. Every one of these signs looks, on the surface, like something broken. Hypervigilance looks like anxiety. Sensitivity looks like being too much. Over-preparation looks like control issues. But look again, and it's the same trait wearing a different name. Awareness most people never needed to build, because most people never had to survive what you did. This isn't damage pretending to be a gift. It's a real adaptation that happens to make you remarkably good at reading rooms, protecting yourself, and understanding pain in others with a depth no classroom teaches. If you're watching this feeling seen for the first time in a while, hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not too sensitive, too much, or too intense. You are someone whose mind adapted brilliantly to a situation that demanded exactly that. The traits that made you feel different your whole life are the same traits psychology now recognizes as one of the rarest, most sophisticated forms of intelligence there is. If any of these 7 signs described you, drop a comment and tell us which one hit closest. This community reads every single one, and you might be surprised how many people relate to exactly what you're feeling right now. This is exactly what we do here on Psych Patterns every week, taking the traits that made you feel different and showing you the psychology behind them. If you want more of this, subscribe and stay close, because there's a lot more of your story we haven't covered yet. And if today hit a little too deep, remember, this video is here to help you understand yourself, not replace a therapist or professional if you need one. Understanding where this intelligence came from is the first step. What you build with it next is yours.